All right, Rebels, welcome to the beginning of something different. This is Podcasters Business Insider, the daily show where creators stop playing small and start building like business owners. Here, we don't chase downloads for vanity. We build systems, strategies, and shows that actually pay the bills. If you ever felt stuck recording into the void, wondering if your podcast will grow into more than just a hobby, this is where the guesswork ends because you're not just a podcaster, you're a founder, a strategist, a builder. And together, we're going to turn your mic into a media empire. So buckle up, pod rebels, because clarity beats chaos, strategy beats hustle, and momentum beats perfection. Today, we're going to talk about building your podcast's revenue ladder from your first dollar to scalable income. Plus, we'll dive deep into startup funding lessons from TechCrunch Disrupt and a potential crooked media and bulwark alliance in the progressive podcast space. So let's get into it. Pardon me. So, just as normal, if you guys have any questions, drop your questions in the chat. More than happy to answer your questions on the go as we go along as with tonight's episode or tonight's live stream. It's a little dry today. Winter's coming, so weather here in Toronto dries up during the wintertime. So we want to know who is watching live and who is watching the replay. Please put the comment down below. One thing that I haven't been doing lately since I started this is please like us, give us a thumbs up or give us a thumbs down. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Let us know if you're watching us live or if you're watching the replay. Let us know where you're watching. We are live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, and we want to know where you are and, you know, what you guys are thinking. Tonight's big question: what is your biggest podcast challenge right now? It could be, I don't know how to start. Could be, I don't know how to scale. Could be, I don't know how to get a guest. Could be, I don't know what kind of microphone I should buy. Could be, I don't know what kind of camera. Anything it is, pop it into the comments below. And we will do our best to answer every single question that you guys have tonight and moving forward. Today, we are going to look at building your podcast revenue ladder. This is exciting. I love this. This is the very first step, in my opinion, that you should be looking at when you start a podcast. I've learned from experience that in the past, that if you don't look at your podcast as a revenue building arm of your business, you're taking spaghetti and you're throwing it up against the wall. Let me put this on. There, that's better. We are going to talk about from your first dollar to a scalable income. Again, it's going to be an exciting night tonight. So grab a pen and paper, boys and girls, ladies and gents, because we are going to get into a lot of really cool things in order for you to turn some dollars and cents out of your passion. And what better way is there to start making some income from all your hard work? Now, let's move on. We'll get into that a little bit later on. For now, let's get into the news of today. Today is Monday, September 22nd, 2025, and we are going to be talking. First article comes from TechCrunch Disrupt. TechCrunch, from idea to first check at TechCrunch Disrupt 2025. Headline: TechCrunch reports on strategies for raising pre-seed and seed capital. Highlighting lessons from founders and investors at Disrupt 2025. Why this matters. Podcasters can now earn. I did it again. Podcasters can now learn from startup fundraising. Success comes in stages, not all at once. Think of monetization as a ladder, not a leap. This is something that we have been harping from right from the beginning. Don't expect to become an overnight success. That never happens. Never happens. If you think Tucker Carlson is a success, well, Tucker Carlson has been on Fox News for decades. And before that, I think he was on CNN before Fox. So he's been in the media space for 40 years, 30, 40 years. So yeah, he's an overnight success that took him 30 years, 30, 40 years to get there. Where you want to learn, what you want to need to do is you want to raise capital monetizing in stages. And we'll get into the details of all of this later tonight. Start small, grow smart. Remember, this is what we have been talking about for a long time here. Just like startups raise pre-seed before Series A, podcasters should monetize with small offers before chasing sponsorships. Think of your small offers, which we'll get into a little bit later on, as that seed, as that seed capital, your proof of capital. And from there, you can build more and more and more and more. When you get into the bigger, when you've been in the podcasting world for long enough, I'm talking about 3 to 5 years, you should be making an income. With Podcasters Business, with the Fitness Oracle, we were just on the brink of securing a sponsor. We had a few sponsors with a lot of affiliates, but we had to shut down. That's what happens when you run out of money and you don't prove your stuff before you start to grow. Have an investor's mindset. Treat listeners like investors. Earn their trust before you ask for bigger commitments. What you want to do here is you want to build traction, which leads to credibility. So you want to, your proof before scale, right? So you want to build a little bit of traction with your small offers and then build your credibility. And that's how you build traction. So before you scale, you need to demonstrate traction with micro offers and community growth. This makes bigger monetization plays more credible because you have the foundation already underneath you. And it should be a solid foundation, not a weak foundation. Remember, Jesus talks about this, to build your foundation on a rock rather than on sand. Those who build on a sand, the water can come and take your house away. I'm paraphrasing like really loosely about this parable that he talked about, but you get the idea. There are many different ways that you can run around this. We're doing it 2 different ways here in Podcasters Business Insider. We're doing it one with you because we do have an offer, small offer. But in order to get the offer, you need to go through the steps to set your rock foundation. And then you get into the pay stuff if you choose, which it makes sense to do it because it just builds on everything. And by the end of it, you'll have a full-blown podcast with like 30 to 50 episodes, depending on how crazy you are. So let's move on. Article number 2. Podcast News Daily, Crooked Media and The Bulwark explore alliance amid progressive podcast boom. Podcast News Daily reports Crooked Media and The Bulwark are considering an alliance, reflecting broader consolidation in the progressive podcast space. Why this matters. Alliances like this signal maturing podcast Alliances like this signal a maturing podcast industry where brand partnerships and coalitions become growth strategies. My takes on this are this is what happens when you can partner up with the proper people in your niche. Now, these guys are huge. These guys are really big. Crooked Media and the Bulwark are they're massive platforms. But smaller communities, smaller podcasters, indie podcasters can take pages out of this playbook and they can mimic this by forming alliances with complementary shows to cross promote and share audiences. This is what they're doing. Now, Crooked Media and the Bulwark, they have lots and lots and lots of people following them. I don't follow them, but I know they do. But there's nothing to stop you from exploring for yourself or exploring partnerships in your little world. And I mean that loosely. I mean, we have a tiny little world. I mean, we have 12 people that are following us on YouTube, that's subscribed on YouTube, and the majority of them are my friends and family. We're tiny right now, but we are looking at partnering with other people. The second we start getting the long form episodes, which the first one is going to be released next Tuesday, September 30th, which will help us get onto Apple. There's a little bit of a process that goes between getting your podcast RSS feed and getting it uploaded onto Apple iTunes. There's a little bit of a process, a little bit of a delay. I think it's about 5 to 7 days after you submit. We submitted last Tuesday or Wednesday. So we should be getting it up live either tomorrow or Wednesday, hopefully. We'll see. I'll get my notification and we'll see. That's all I can say. The consolidation, what consolidation means for indie podcasters as media matures, expect more mergers, alliances, and joint ventures in podcasting, especially around shared audiences or ideologies. I like this, and I don't like this. Let me explain. Let me explain what I mean. I like this because it's like now you're taking two people who are like-minded and you're putting them together. So you take one audience from one group and one audience from another group. You combine them, create a bigger audience. This is how some of the bigger players in the like CNN, Warner, Time Warner. This is how these guys play too. Universal Studios. 21st Century Fox, Lucasfilms, Disney Plus. This is how these guys have this is how these guys play. So what we can do we can mimic them and say, you know what, okay, these guys are doing it this way, so why don't we do it this way? Okay, and then you guys can do whatever you need to do. Community is leverage. So community and partnerships equal leverage. And this exact same thing as these big media guys are doing, we can do the exact same thing. Not to that scale, but close to it. Well, to our level. Because podcasts are not just content. It's not just content. It's communities. And as alliances expand, alliances, let me rephrase that. Alliances expand communities faster than going at solo. A big part of what we're doing here at Podcasters Business Insider is we're partnering with every single person. There's an offer for every single person that comes onto this show to partner with us, so that not only we can grow, but we can help the guests grow as well, because it's super critical that one hand washes the other. Super critical. And I strongly believe that. Alrighty then. Now that we got through the news, let's get into the main segment of the show. Build your podcast revenue ladder. This is one of my favorite things that I do. And you should not launch your podcast if you don't have a revenue ladder. Most podcasters want to skip straight to the big sponsors. But sustainable revenue comes in stages, like we said before, like we've been talking through the news. Just like startups scale funding. And there are 4 steps that you need to do in order for you to have your revenue ladder. And this works both on the listener side. And here's the bonus tip. We're going to be talking mostly on the listener side today. But everything that happens on the listener side, you can do on the guest side as well. Works both ways. And we're utilizing both this time. Last time it was only the listeners, which was good. It's good. And if you're a podcaster, you need to have your listeners engaged. And engaged meaning you need to have them coming back for more. I saw one person who popped in and popped out. We need to do better with that. We need to keep them here more rather than popping in and out. I get it. They do it. Everybody does it. I do it as well. I pop in and out of live streams all the time. There's a couple where I stay, but so everything that we're going to be talking to you about today works on both ends, listeners and guests. Step number 1, micro offers. These micro offers go anywhere between $7 and $47. This validates demand and it builds your email list. So it does 2 very positive things for you. The demand, people want what you're talking about. And they're willing to pay anywhere between $7 and $47. Average is about 27. The offer that we have is on the higher end. I'm thinking about changing it to a little bit less, maybe a 27. Just to pardon me, just to validate that this is something that people want. And number 2, we've been harping about this for weeks. Your email list. YouTube can change everything. Rumble can change everything. LinkedIn can go out of business, which I heard a rumor that they are, but it's just a rumor. TikTok, Facebook, X, Instagram, they can all go the way of the dodo bird. We saw what happened with Twitter. Elon Musk bought Twitter and then changed it to X. Same platform, just fired everybody who wasn't with his way. Your email list is always with you. The people on your email list will always be with you. I still have people in my email list that I haven't spoken to in 15, 20 years. That's on my end. I'd made a mistake. But the email list is mine. So you want that to I don't like using that because I would rather have you have them on a free rather than paying you to get their email address. Give the person something for free and then move them into something that's like a micro offer, like $7 or $27 or $47. That validates you and your products that you are pushing and validates your message to the people. So, step two, your core products. Core products are anywhere between $97 and $297. These are courses, toolkits, or group coaching sessions. This is a valid, this is your basic funnel, okay? Because not everybody who gets your micro products is going to move into your core products. Only your people who are becoming your super fans. Okay, so we have lots of people right at the very top listening and looking at your content. A few of them buying your products, even less getting into the more expensive products. We've gone through this a little bit more before. We're going over it again because this is important. If you guys have been following me for a while and you guys are on the newsletter, you do know how much we're spending every month on producing this. Producing a podcast isn't free. Costs money. And it's about $297 a month. So you need some money coming in. And if you don't have a course, you don't have a toolkit, you don't have group coaching, if you have one person signing up, you just paid 1 month of your expenses. You're a break even. Bonus for you. So get your core products in line. And remember, these are just starting prices. We have the same price range for our stuff as well because we're just starting. Next are your premium products. This is your high-touch consultations, your memberships, your masterminds, $500 plus. These can run, so your micro offers can run anywhere between 5 to 7 days. Your core products probably are going to be running anywhere between 4 and 8 weeks. These premium products are going to be running anywhere between 10 and 12 months. Okay, so just so you understand, like the more expensive, the more value you're also adding into it. And finally, step 4, sponsorship and alliances. This layers on once your systems and audiences are stable. There's a tactic that you can use with guests coming onto your podcast where they become partners. This is where the alliance comes, and they are paying you as a sponsorship to produce and promote their episode. We're doing this with all of our guests. You do not come on Podcasters Business Insider without paying something. I don't hide anything, and I will not hide anything. For the member side, what you can do for this is you can create affiliate links. But again, this happens once you have a certain amount of people in your little bubble. Once you have that certain amount, once you have your 1,000 true fans, like the co-founder of, who was it that said that? Tom Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly talked about your 1,000 true fans, and basically what he is saying is that once you nail your 1,000 true fans, then you can start looking at stuff like affiliate programs for them. You know, if they recommend you to somebody, they get a little bit of a cut. They promote your stuff, you give them a little bit of a cut. It's not a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea, but you need a core amount of people. 1,000 true fans is pushing it. I'd say once you get to the golden 100, um, that's when you should start looking at the affiliate programs for your members and for your fans. It's a way to give back to them. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you should be looking at that. So let's take a look at a real world example. Ali Abdaal, Ali Abdaal's ladder. He built his business over years. Key there, it took him years, from free content to low ticket templates to mid-tier courses to premium cohort programs. Each step was a rung in the ladder. Here at Podcasters Business Insider, we have the skeleton for all of it, but we have ironed out free content and the low ticket template. We've ironed that out. All the other stuff, we've just taken a step back because we have other stuff that we're working on as well. But the core of the skeleton of all the rungs in the ladder are there. We just haven't finished them yet. And this is smart way of building, because now we built the free checklist, which moves into a 3-day program, which moves into a 5-day program, which moves into a 7-day program. And once we can figure out a way to get those 3 stuff ironed out, then we can look at the 6-week program. Then we can work. Once the 6-week program is ironed out and it's working and it's moving the way it should be, then we can move into the cohort mastermind that we have planned, which is a year long. So what I want you guys to do today is I want you to build your revenue ladder. But we're going to identify your first rung today. So this is your micro offer. This is your free product. This is your free service. This could be a checklist, a to-do list, a how-to document, a how-to video on YouTube. It could be a free ebook. It could be anything that you think it could be. If you check on ChatGPT, let's do this. How many micro offers can I have? I just asked ChatGPT, how many micro offers can I have? As many as you want. But it's saying 1 to 3 core micro offers is enough to test which converts best and guides people to your ecosystem. So you're looking at about 1 to 3, but I just want you to build one, just one. Okay. And I want you to map the next 2 the next two rungs in your ladder that you'd like your listeners to climb. Now, our our micro offers are a series. It's a series. It's one micro offer, but it's a series of offers. So it goes from a checklist to a 3-day program, to a 5-day program, to a 7-day program. And each builds on the other, setting you up for the actual core. What I want you to do is I want you to map out the other two. So what did we talk about? The core product and then the premium. So what is, I don't want you to build the core product or the premium product. I just want you to identify what it's going to be. Is the core product going to be a course, a toolkit, or group coaching? The premium product is going to be a high-touch consulting firm. Is it going to be memberships, or is it going to be a mastermind? It's going to be one of those. And the final thing is I want you to focus on building traction at one level before chasing the next. So build traction on level 1 and then worry about level 2. Don't focus on level 3. You haven't gotten there yet. You have nobody at level 1. Remember, we're building the foundation. We're finding the rock to build on, not sand. This is key because everything will be built off of that foundation. Now, if you want to go ahead, go crazy and build 3 micro offers, you're going to drive yourself nuts. Run your one program for 90 days and see what happens. Always run stuff for a quarter. See what happens. If you get nothing, change it. If you get something, if you get like 2 or 3 people, fine, keep it. Build a second one. You will know success when people will be asking you what's next. What is the next program? What's the next level? How can I get better at this? Because you gave me a lot. How can I move forward? Stuff like that. So you want to focus on the traction before you scale. I'm not saying that you're going to build this and you're going in a year you'll have people signing up to your premium product. It's not going to happen. It may take longer than a year. It may take 2 or 3 years before you start building your premium product. But you will build it. But you need to build it smart. Have the premium product. I like working backwards. Have the premium product and build your products backwards. All of them tie to your premium product. Have the skeleton of the premium product ready. Then build the skeleton of the core product. Then build the micro product or micro products. Again, we have 4 micro products. 4. All 4 lead to the core product. Because all 4 build on the other in order to get you to the core product. And the core product leads you to our mastermind, which, again, we have the skeleton for it. It's not built yet. Because I'm not worried about that. I'm still worried about getting people into the micro product, the micro offer. That's what I'm worried about. That's where my focus is. And that's where your focus should be as well. So revenue isn't built overnight. It's climbed step by step. Build your ladder now so you're ready to scale later. Remember, put your IT hat on. What you want to do is you want to do all the hard work now so that later on You don't have to worry about it. Everything is done. Everybody's going through the processes. Everybody's going through the systems, and everything's working fine. And everybody's happy. And maybe you may have to make a tweak or two. That's what you want. But do the hard work now. Watch the LinkedIn reel. I don't know what they call it. Of Kevin O'Leary. Love the guy. The guy's amazing. He said, you have 3 to 5 things that you need to do today. You have 18 hours to do it. If you want to be successful, you're going to finish those 3 to 5 things every single day. But that's all you're going to do. 3 to 5 things every single day. Spend every waking moment in your life working on that. Up until you don't have to. That's what we do. That's what I do. Every waking moment where I'm not at work. My job is one of those things. This live is one of those things. Working on the back end stuff for Podcasters, Business Insider, and Underdog Media. That is another thing. So I have 3 things. Technically 4 things, because I have back end stuff for Podcasters, Business Insider, and back end stuff for Underdog Media. So technically I have 4 things that I have to do, and I have to finish every single day. And I have tasks that I must finish from the second that I wake up. The second I finish taking my shower in the morning, I sit down here, I work on Podcasters Business Insider for an hour and go to work, finish job number 1. Task number 1, work. Task number 2, I come back home, spend another 2 hours on Podcasters Business Insider. Finished. Underdog Media, finished. And what was the 4th one? These lives, finished. 4 things every single day. I don't shut this off. This computer does not turn off until 10 o'clock. It's coming up soon. So if you think it's not hard work, you're in the wrong business. Go sit on the couch and watch TV. But it's fulfilling work, I'll tell you that. So download your free 15-step kickstart. Download your free 15 steps to kickstart your podcast checklist, your roadmap to smarter growth without skipping steps. And don't miss the insider strategies. Sign up for the Rebel Intel newsletter today. And tomorrow's Toolbox Tuesday. We're going to dive into the exact tools that will help you build and track your revenue ladder. You don't want to miss this. This is the thing that I use. I use this for the Fitness Oracle, and all I did was copy and paste and just change a few settings. That's all I did. I'll make it available for you guys to download as well. It's an awesome spreadsheet. It took me 6 months to build. I am a spreadsheet guy. I love my spreadsheets. And if you're not a spreadsheet guy or girl, I don't understand you as a human being. I honestly don't. How you get by in life without a spreadsheet is like, yeah. Spreadsheets are lifeblood of podcasts. You'll see how intricate the spreadsheet is. It's crazy. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night, and stay amazing. I have to find a better way of ending these things. I really do. I really, really, really do. See you guys tomorrow.